tonight again, even in another.
Okay, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Mia, your host, and today's guest, my colleague, my neighbor, the man who showed up to work last week looking like he hadn't slept in 3 days.
I slept fine.
Tom. Say hi, Tom.
Hi, and I slept fine for the record.
You had dark circles under your eyes.
That's just my face.
It was not just his face. Okay, today we are talking about health. How to talk about feeling sick in English. Because this comes up all the time, right? You feel bad, you need to tell someone, you need to see a doctor, and suddenly all your English disappears and you just point at yourself and make a sad face.
That's a valid communication strategy.
It is not a valid strategy, Tom. That's why we're here. First question. When was the last time you were actually sick?
Define sick.
Not feeling well. Under the weather.
February. I had a cold.
Tell us.
Sore throat, headache, tired. I took some medicine, drank a lot of water, worked from home for 2 days, and by Wednesday I was fine.
That's it?
Yes, that's how being sick works, Mia.
But did you call anyone? Did you complain? Did you lie on the sofa and stare at the ceiling?
Number.
Tom, that is the best part of being sick.
The ceiling staring?
The lying on the sofa. You call someone. You say, I feel terrible. They feel sorry for you.
I made my own soup.
You made your own soup while you were sick?
It's not difficult, you just…
Tom, you are the most self-sufficient person I know, and I say that with both respect and concern. And what about you? Are you Team Tom and make your own soup, or Team Mia and lie dramatically on the sofa? Okay, symptoms. This is where people get stuck. You know something is wrong, but you don't have the words. Tom, let's go through the basics.
Headache. I have a headache. Sore throat. I have a sore throat. Fever. I have a fever. Runny nose. I have a runny nose.
I have a runny nose. I always think that sounds like my nose went somewhere.
It's an idiom.
I know, but imagine, your nose just leaves. See you later, nose. Okay, what else?
Stomach ache. I have a stomach ache. My stomach is upset. And I feel nauseous. That means you might be sick, but you're not actually sick yet.
Nauseous. Good word. And what about I'm coming down with something?
That's when you feel like you're starting to get sick, but you're not fully sick yet. Early stage.
I love that phrase. I'm coming down with something. It sounds so dramatic, like something is slowly descending upon you.
That's essentially what a virus does, yes.
See? English is poetic. Tom, worst symptom to have?
Sore throat. Can't eat, can't talk properly, everything hurts.
Mine is a headache. You can't work, you can't watch anything, you just have to wait.
And stare at the ceiling.
Exactly, and stare at the ceiling, which I enjoy and you apparently do not.
I don't not enjoy it, I just do it for less time.
How much less time?
About 30 seconds.
Tom looks at the ceiling for 30 seconds and then gets up and makes soup. This is who we are dealing with.
What's your worst symptom? Headaches? Sore throats? I genuinely want to know.
You know what's stressful when you're sick?
Being sick?
Being sick around other people. The moment you cough in public and everyone looks at you.
Fair.
You cough once and suddenly people move 2 seats away.
Sometimes for good reason.
Tom,
If you're sick, stay home if you can. That's considerate.
that's true. And what do you say if you don't want to shake someone's hand?
I'd better not. I think I'm coming down with something.
That's such a useful phrase.
Or simply, I don't want to pass this on.
Pass this on, meaning give your illness to someone else.
Exactly.
And if someone says they're sick,
Oh no, I hope I don't catch it.
catch it. Another important phrase.
We catch colds. We catch the flu.
But hopefully not from Tom.
I make soup and isolate responsibly.
Very considerate of you.
I do my best.
Listeners, are you the person who stays home at the first sneeze, or the person who says, I'm fine, and then infects the entire office?
Please don't infect the entire office.
Wise words from Tom. Okay, being sick at work. Very different from being sick at home. Tom, you're not feeling great and you need to tell your manager. What do you say?
I'm not feeling well today. I'm going to work from home. Or, if it's bad, I need to take a sick day.
Take a sick day. Important phrase. You take a day off because you're sick. What about calling in sick?
That means you call or message your workplace to say you're not coming in. I called in sick today. Very common.
I called in sick once, and my manager called back to check if I was actually sick.
Were you?
I was under the weather.
Uh-huh.
I had a headache, a real one. Tom, don't make that face. I can see your face.
I'm not making a face.
You're making the face. Okay, what do you say if a colleague tells you they're not feeling well?
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. Is there anything I can do? Those are natural and not overdone.
Get well soon is also very standard. And take care of yourself. You say it at the end of a conversation.
Feel better. Take care of yourself. Simple and genuine.
And if someone sneezes, what do you say?
Bless you.
Bless you. And they say, thank you. Such a specific little ritual. Tom, do you know where it comes from?
Old belief that your soul left your body when you sneezed.
That is wildly dramatic for a sneeze.
People had different concerns in the past.
Apparently, your soul just exits through your nose. Gone. See you later. If your friend texted you right now and said they had a terrible cold, what would you say? Going to the doctor. This is where a lot of people struggle in English. You feel terrible and you have to explain what's wrong. Tom, what's the most important thing?
Be specific. Don't just say, I feel bad. Describe where it hurts, how long you've had it, and whether it's getting better or worse.
The doctor will ask, where does it hurt? How long have you had this? These are important phrases to understand.
And I'd like to make an appointment. That's how you book a visit by phone.
I've had this for 3 days. It started suddenly. It came on gradually. These help the doctor understand what happened.
Also, I'm allergic to. Always tell the doctor your allergies. And I'm on medication for, if you take regular medicine.
Don't Google your symptoms before going. Just don't.
From experience?
I Googled a shoulder ache once. Don't Google symptoms. Go to the doctor. That's the lesson.
Simple and correct.
Tom, when was the last time you went to the doctor?
I had a checkup not that long ago.
How long ago?
A while.
Tom just went very quiet. This is a man who tracks his morning walk to the decimal point and has exact coffee temperature requirements.
That's just organization.
And he cannot tell us when he last saw a doctor. Tom, book a checkup.
I feel fine.
That's what everyone says. Prevention matters. A checkup now is a lot easier than dealing with a bigger problem later.
That's fair.
So maybe book that appointment, Tom.
I'll think about it.
Can I ask you something?
I'm slightly worried, but go ahead.
Are you a good patient?
I think so.
You actually take medicine properly?
Of course.
You don't stop after 2 days because you feel better?
No.
Tom, I have terrible news.
What?
I think I'm a terrible patient.
I already suspected that.
Excuse me?
You seem like someone who reads half the instructions.
I read all of them. I just don't always follow them.
That's worse.
I once forgot whether I'd taken my medicine and spent 10 minutes staring at the box trying to remember.
Organization would help.
There he is, the man with color-coded reminders.
They work.
What about needles? Are you afraid of injections?
Not really.
I always look away.
That's normal.
I once warned a nurse that I was very brave and then nearly fainted.
That's not what bravery means.
I was emotionally brave.
I'll give you that.
Listeners, be honest. Are you Team Tom or Team Mia?
Hopefully somewhere in the middle.
Probably the healthiest option. Home remedies. What do you do when it's just a cold and you don't want to go to the doctor? Tom?
Sleep. Drink water. Warm tea with honey for a sore throat. It actually works. The honey coats your throat.
Tea with honey and lemon. My mom calls it the cure, like it's a medical treatment.
It does help.
Tom knows the science. I do it because my mom said so. Both valid, both work. What about sleep it off?
Sleep it off means to recover by sleeping. I just need to sleep it off. Time and rest will fix the problem.
I use this constantly. Feeling rough? Sleep it off. Long week? Sleep it off. It's such a useful phrase.
And take it easy. That means don't push yourself. Rest and don't do too much.
Take it easy. I say this to Tom every time he comes to work looking under the weather. He ignores me.
I don't ignore you.
Last Tuesday.
I was fine.
You had dark circles.
That's just...
Your face, we know. Tea with honey, extra sleep, calling your mom. Everyone has their own cure. Last topic, and this one is important. Health doesn't only mean your body. Sometimes you don't feel well in your head, your stress, your mood. How do you talk about that in English?
I'm stressed. Most people know this one. I'm stressed out is stronger. The stress has completely taken over.
I feel overwhelmed. That's when there's too much happening and you can't manage it all. It's a very common feeling.
I need a break. Simple but really important. Sometimes your body and your head both need rest.
And if someone tells you they're stressed or overwhelmed, the best thing to say is often just 2 words. I hear you.
I hear you means I understand. I'm listening. I know this is hard for you.
It's one of the most powerful phrases in English. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to have all the answers. Just say, I hear you.
People appreciate that more than big advice.
Unless you're me, in which case you want big advice and a hug and someone to say, that sounds terrible.
And what you get from me is, I hear you.
And what I get from Tom is, I hear you. Which, honestly, is also comforting, very consistent, very Tom.
Thank you, I think.
Maybe someone listening needed to hear that today. Okay, that's our episode. Today we talked about health in English, symptoms, being sick at work, going to the doctor, home remedies, and how to support someone who's not feeling well.
I don't feel well. I'm coming down with something. I need to take a sick day. I hope you feel better soon. Sleep it off. I hear you.
And the next time you don't feel well, maybe you'll have the words you need.
And maybe I'll book that checkup.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Fair.
I'm Mia.
And I'm Tom.
And English is already next door. You just have to open the door.
See you next episode.
And stay healthy.